Geary shifted his gaze to the display of the primary inhabited world. "There's some spectacular scenery down there. Even with all the worlds humanity has settled, there was something unique about it, something you had to be there to appreciate. That's what everyone said, anyway." "Unique?" Dejani sounded simply doubtful now. "Yeah," Geary repeated. "I saw an interview with someone who had been there. He said there was something awesome about it, like your ancestors came to stand beside you while you looked around. Maybe something happened to it, though, since Baldur didn't get a hypernet gate." He glanced over at Dejani, who still seemed baffled, but also, as usual, willing to take the word of a man she believed had been sent by the living stars to save the Alliance. She indicated her display. "Do you want to avoid bombarding the primary planet, then?" Geary almost choked. After a century of trading atrocities with the Syndics, even Alliance officers could be remarkably cold-blooded. "Yes," he managed to get out. "If at all possible." "Very well," Dejani agreed. "The military facilities seem to be primarily orbital, so if we have to take them out, it won't require surface bombardment." "That's convenient," Geary agreed dryly. He settled back, trying to relax nerves that had been on edge as the fleet entered Baldur. "Syndic combatants identified orbiting the third planet," Dauntless's combat watchstander announced as if on cue. "An additional Syndic combatant has been located in space dock orbiting the fourth planet." Geary, hoping he hadn't too obviously jerked to attention at the announcement, zoomed his display in on the enemy ships. Anything that hadn't been seen until now had to be pretty small. They were. 3 obsolete nickel corvettes and an even older light cruiser. The cruiser was older than him, too, Geary reflected. And here we both are, still fighting a war far beyond the time either of us ever planned on. At least I'm in better physical shape than that ancient cruiser probably is. 5.5 light hours distant, Dejani confirmed. Orbiting between the third and fourth planets. They'll see us in roughly 5 more hours. She smiled. They obviously weren't expecting us. Geary smiled back, feeling relieved. Every time the fleet left jump, he had to worry about encountering a Syndic ambush. The only way to avoid that was to keep the Syndic leadership guessing as to where the fleet would be next. The lack of even picket warships posted near Baldur's jump points meant the Syndics had no idea the Alliance fleet would be showing up here, or at least hadn't figured it out as a possible destination in time to get a courier ship to this star system. "Odds are they'll run, then. If they don't run, I want an analysis of what they might be concerned with protecting." "Yes, sir," Dejani acknowledged, gesturing to one of her watchstanders. "Is there something else, sir?" "What?" Geary realized he was staring tensely at the display and deliberately relaxed his breathing again. "No." But Dejani had figured out his worry. "The fleet seems to be holding formation." "Yes, seems to be." If any of the outermost combatants took it into their minds to charge toward the Syndic warships, Dauntless wouldn't see it for almost half a minute, but everyone appeared to be holding formation. "Maybe what I'm trying to show the officers in this fleet about discipline in battle is really getting through to everyone." That was a cheerful thought. Rion promptly threw a bucket of reality over him. "Or maybe they're holding formation because the Syndic combatants are 5.5 light hours distant. Even at full acceleration, an attempted intercept would take quite a while." Dejani gave Rion another cool look as she had the navigation system run the intercept. "If the Syndics held course and didn't run, an intercept would require about 25 hours at maximum acceleration and deceleration," she confirmed reluctantly. "But I assure you, Madam Co-President, that before Captain Geary assumed command, we would still have had ships already launching themselves on that charge." Rion smiled thinly and nodded. "I have no reason to doubt your assessment, Captain Dejani." "Thank you, Madam Co-President." "No, thank you, Captain."